What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Lou. So look, we're gonna go ahead and break down this UCAD trade that I took last week or 2 weeks ago, and I closed profits this week. So look, anyways, I bought here around here, and I took profits around this level. So let's go ahead and break the trade down for you guys. So let me go down to the clear chart. Let's just talk about it. So this is on a daily time frame, and this is where I'm going to start at because this gives us a good picture of everything going on right now. So we're just going to start it here. And so you see how price was over here back in July, August, and September. So these 3 months, you see how price came into these levels right here. So this level of 2,800 and 2,900. So it came and hit this level, fell, hit this level, fell, and then hit this level and fell. So it fell from those levels after multiple rejection wicks on the daily time frame. So that's showing that this area right here is being rejected heavily. So there's a lot of sellers in that area. So price dropped from that level, and then anyways, this is the part that I was looking at. So price was just on the daily time frame was just having a massive bull run. So I was just looking at market structure and just staying with price and just seeing what was happening. So this is what I had from my market structure. So this is what I have from my market structure. So if we can look at this chart right here, we can say this is a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then this is the previous higher low right here, right? So higher low and then higher high. So once price, so if price failed to make a new higher high right here, right? Instead, what it did is price broke under here and closed, and then this basically closed under this previous higher low, right? So that invalidated all the buys that were over there previously. So now we're looking at new market structure, right? We're just looking at all of this that's going on right now. So let's go ahead and break all this down that's happening. So like I said, we're having a bull run, so that means we're only looking for buys, right? And we're having higher highs and higher lows. So let's go ahead and mark up market structure. So these are the lows. So I'm gonna just plot this as low right here. We're gonna start here, right? Actually, let me take price back. So let's look at market structure. So we have a low, we have our high, we have our higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and now we have a higher high, right? So if you didn't understand what I just marked up, I was just marking a market structure, right? And I was starting here. So we had our low, and I was starting here because this is where the lows is at, right? So we have our low right here, then we have our high, higher low, higher high, higher low, broke above this high to make a new higher high, higher low, higher high. So now, with the market structure we have right here, we're sitting in between what ranges? This range. Actually, let me take this back. We're sitting in between this range right here and this range, right? Because if you're looking at market structure, prices are making a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So this is the higher low, previous higher low, and this is the higher high that it's making, right? Or that it made. So, because price dropped. So now we're looking at market structure. Because if we're looking at here, like let's say we're looking at this one, right? This would be the higher low, and this would be the higher high, right? And you would either wait for price to break out of this, or you would wait for it to break up, and then wait for a new higher high, and then a higher low to make a new higher high, right? So let's just take that off, and now let's look at market structure what we have right now, right? So this is what I was looking at, and I was just looking at price from this low or from this higher low to this higher high, and I was just waiting to see what price is going to do in between these ranges, right? So I also had a trend line marked up from this point to this point, right? And this is the first touch, and this is the second touch, right? So if we're looking at market structure, we're in a bullish phase right now, right? We're in a bullish push. So we're only looking to be taking buys. So I wouldn't be looking to take no sales right here, right? Even if it broke this trend line that you would be thinking that it would just drop or whatever just because it broke the trend line. I still wouldn't be taking those sells, right? Unless price broke under this, closed under the previous high low, and then retested it. And then once it retest, I'll wait for rejection, 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 or something like that to get in it. And I would also have like a trend line set up, something like this or something, and then this would be the key level or something like that, right? So you wouldn't just take a trade just because it broke under the trend line. That would just be, you wouldn't have no confidence to the trade, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't really see much confidence you would have in your trade. So you would want to have the most confidence in your trade. That's what gives you the most confidence, right? So anyways, like I said, we had a 1 touch, 2 touch, and then we broke the trend line, right? Because this is going to be the 3rd touch, 3rd or whatever, right here or here, whatever. So we broke it, right? So now we still have to keep this previous higher low in mind, right? Because like I said, if we break it and close under, then we're looking for sales. But if we don't, then we could still have a buy position right here, right? Because if we don't break it, then the only place would go, instead of going down, is up, right? So we could have something like this, and then we could always previous the higher high, right? At least, because we could always go higher. So we'd always have our target at least right here, and then we would just set our stop loss. Our stop loss to whatever. We would have to wait for price to come to the level, right, to see what it would do first, because you wouldn't want to just buy right when it comes to the level, because it could just, if you have your stop loss right here, it could just take you out and then go right back in your favor, right? So you want to see what happens when it comes to the level and rejects. So let's go ahead and go to the technical trade. And this is just all the stuff I have marked up. Basically the same thing, it's just I have more key levels and a couple more trend lines, or just one more trend line. So it's the same. Oops. Let me run that back real quick. So anyways, like I said, this is the market structure. We had a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? And then price hit this trend line once, hit this trend line twice, and people were probably waiting for a 3rd trend line touch around this area, right? Because you see how we hit as resistance and it fell, and then we came back and tested that support and it went up, support went up, and they were probably going to wait for it to be a 3rd touch right here. Probably going to get a little buy position right here, target this next daily level, somewhere under here, stop loss, whatever, right? So they're just going to take a little buy position right there, right? But then let's see what happens when price hit the level. So you see I wicked up right there and then went up a little. So there's probably in a buy right here. And then what happened? They all got stopped out, right? So now once they all got stopped out, this is what I was looking for. Because, right, if you look at my other videos, in that phase right there, you wouldn't want to be taking a buy right there, right? Because, hold on, let me show you. Because in the market structure, like I said, price don't always just go up and down, right? It moves in waves. It goes up. Price don't just always go up or down, right? It moves in waves. So it goes up, then corrects. Up, then corrects. Impulses, then retraces. Impulses, then retraces, right? So if we were looking at market structure right here, would we want to be taking buys right here? No, because we never got our higher low, right? This is still a higher high. So all these people that were taking buys, all these people that were taking buys at this level right here, I'm not gonna say they're wrong, because people trade whatever they trade, but I wouldn't take no buy position right here, because we're still at a higher high, right? We still would want to wait for some higher low to form or some structure to form, right? And then for it to be a higher low and then a higher high, right? Because this is still consolidation, basically. It's not moving. Like, you see how we have movement right here? Impulse, retracement, impulse, retracement, impulse. And you see how it's just playing around right here, right? So I was waiting for it to break under that. Like I said, it finally broke under that. So now it's grabbing all that liquidity, right? Because all them buyers are getting in right here and they're buying the market up, and they all got stopped out. So all their orders are just getting bought up, bought up, bought up. And then now we're going to get the big push that I'm waiting for. So now this is the higher low. So now this is the trade that I'm waiting for, because I wasn't waiting for that buy setup right there. Even though, I guess it could have been a valid buy setup for some people, but I wait for enough confluence just to take trades. So anyways, I'm just trying to clear my chart a little bit so it looks cleaner, because I've been had this marked up for a long time. So anyways, price came to the high low, right? Actually, let me just keep that on the chart. So high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So price came to the higher low, and now it's retesting, right? So now we're gonna drop down to the lower time frame because you want to use every time frame whenever you're seeing where price is at on key levels, right? Because let's say we're looking at price right here. You see on the daily time frame, it has this fat rejection wick. Let's see if we go down to the 6 hour. It don't have that wick no more, right? It looks like it would have just went right up past the level. It would have closed above here, and next candle would have been kept pushing up, right? But if we'd have looked on the, if we'd have just been looking right here, right, this candle right here pushing up, it would have been looking like it could have just kept pushing up. But if we would have looked on the daily, we would have been like, okay, no, it's not pushing up, it's rejecting, and it's had a fat rejection wick, so it would have come right back down. Instead of you looking at buy right here after it broke above that, like on a 1 hour, 2 hour. Let's see on a 1 hour what it looks like. So this is just showing you how different time frames can help you in different confluences and stuff. So on the 1 hour, let's see what it looks like. So look, it looks like it was just breaking out, and it was just gonna keep flying, right? So that's just on the 1 hour. But on the daily, it's rejecting. So I was just trying to show you guys just different time frame confluences on candlesticks. So anyways, price came to the level, and now it's rejecting. On the 4 hour, it had this fat rejection wick, but obviously I'm not going to buy off just one rejection wick. On the 2 hour, it had two, and now it's coming back. On the 1 hour, it rejected, and then these were the early buyers. They got in, and then it's come back to level. And I was looking at price, and it was all right here too. So I was just waiting to get in to see what was happening, to see how price is reacting at the level. So let's just keep going. Price bounced again. And right here is where I got in, I'm pretty sure. Let me look on the 4 hour. Yeah, this is exactly where this is where I got in. After this, not right here, but after it started pushing up right here, like around here is where I got in. So let me just go to the 2 hour. I'm going to show you guys my stuff too. But I got in like right here. And then this candle, all right, so let me just show you guys where I have my stop loss and take profit. So my stop loss, I had it right under this level, like right at this daily psychological level of 2600 or 1.2600, because this is the lower. I mean, this is the, so it's a high, higher low, and then higher high, right? So this is the previous higher low. So if price were to close under here and break under here and close it, then I wouldn't be wanting to take this trade anymore in the first place. So obviously I wouldn't want to be in the trade anymore. So I just have my stop loss right under that level, just to give it enough room to breathe under here, but not to give it enough room to just take me out way down here or whatever. Even though I would still have the same 1% risk for my stop loss, but I just want to have a tight stop so I can have a big reward, right? So it was a 1% risk for a 3.5% gain because I was aiming for targets up here at this 12800 level, even though I could have held my take profits, and I know I could have when I took this trade, because this trade had momentum, and when it was pushing up after it retraced a little bit, after it started pushing up, I knew it was going to hit this daily level, but I just wanted to take profits here, so that's where I took profits. So anyways, let me go over this. Actually, I didn't even see what the trade looked like, so let me show you guys where I actually got in the trade, even though I'm going to show you guys on my chart. So this is the UCAD trade, and so for the pair I just put UCAD, obviously, because that's the pair for the date. It was the 7th of December. So for my risk reward, it was a 3.46. For the trade technical confluences, I put break of the third trend line touch, retesting previous high low, because I take either two different trades. I either take a trend line touch, trend continuation, or I take a trend line break of the, or I take a break of the third trend line touch, and then for it to retest either the previous higher low or the lower high. So those are the two type of trades that I take, just if you guys are wondering. So for this one I'm talking about today is the break of the third trend line touch, retesting the previous higher low. So let me just go ahead and copy this. All right, so look, this is what it looks like on a daily time frame when I took the trade. So price was right around here, and on a daily it was just coming up, and on the lower time frame, which was the 6 hour, because I wasn't on my computer, I was on my phone, so that's why it's a little picture like this. But anyways, this would have looked like on the 6 hour. So actually, we didn't get that. Oh yeah, so this would have looked like. Wow, did not mean to do that. So anyways, this is where I took the trade. So price was rejected right here. This was about 6 hours, 12 hours, 18 hours, so almost a whole day. Price was sitting here rejected, right? So after it was doing that for almost a whole day, I got in, and after I got in, price automatically started pushing down, and then I was waiting to see what price was gonna do, because obviously I wasn't just gonna close it right here. I was gonna see if price was just gonna stop all these people out, and then not hit my stop loss, and then push up. So running prices right here, this is basically just either it was gonna hit my stop loss, or I was gonna wait to see what it was gonna do. So I was still in the trade, and I was chilling, and then it came down, and I wasn't on my phone when this happened, but it was like close to my stop loss, like not even five, almost 5 pips. So it was almost a 5 pip stop out trade, and would have hit my target. So price is down here, and it almost hit me out, and then price automatically just pushed straight up in a profit, and then it started rejecting a little bit, and then consolidating. Then after all this stuff, because this is on the 4 hours, so this is like a day or whatever. So and then price started pushing up, and then it hit my take profit to the T. So it was a 3.5% winner. So that's what the trade looked like. And if you wanted me to give you a little summary of it again, basically on a daily time frame, we were having this big bull run, right? So I was just looking for buys only during this. So if we go down to lower time frame, now we can look at market structure and have a better view of price. So price was making higher highs and higher lows. So it was a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then higher high. So then price broke under the trend line that we had, right? So we had a trend line running from here. Oops. So we had a trend line running from this low to this low, right? And we just had that trend line in because it was connecting the two bottoms, right? So it was this bottom to this bottom. So, and then we had our one touch, two touch, and this is the third touch right here, right? So it broke through that for the third touch, and then it came down here to the previous higher low, right? Because it was a low, high, higher low, higher high, and this is a higher low. So price has to come here, and if it breaks and closes under it, then we're looking for sales, right? But if it doesn't and it stalls at the level and rejects, then we're gonna wait for it to get into a buy, and then we're gonna see what happens. So what ended up happening is price came up here and hit my take profit, and I got 3.5% out that trade. So it was just a good trade, so I wanted to break it down for you guys. I hope you guys learned something, and appreciate you for watching.